Hi everyone, welcome to this week Weekly Market Update. As usual, let's see what happened on last Friday. Then we'll look forward what will happen on the coming weeks. And then just to take note, because following weeks it will be our Chinese New Year holiday, so I will actually take a break for a week before I resume my weekly market update video again. So remember, if you haven't liked my video, please remember to like and to share with among your friends as well. If you haven't joined my Telegram, please join that. Uh, doesn't mean if I never update on the video itself, I will be updating on the Telegram because it's much more straightforward. All right, so let's see what happened on Friday. Basically, we know that Friday market is very bullish, even though there's economy data, a mixture of economy data. As we can see that last Friday there's non-farm payroll. So non-farm payroll is below the expectations, but it's slightly below. US added 49,000 jobs in January. The expectation is only 50,000. All right, so it's just a 1,000 shine off. It's not that bad. But however, right, for the unemployment rate, we can see that it's actually increased better. From it fell to 6.3%, way better than the projections of 6.7%. But do take note, when we are talking about unemployment rate, right, there is actually a an indicator to measure it. So we need to know that people who are still in the midst of searching for jobs or who are just recently unemployed, still looking out in the market itself, right, is considered the data they required. But if let's say it's people who have been searching out of job for more than 1 year, right, this data is not inclusive. So even though there is the unemployment rate fell to 6.3%, right? Even though the unemployment rate improved, but this is coincide with the decline in the labor force participation rate. Hopefully you get what I'm trying to say here because it's due to the calculation of the ratio itself, right? If let's say there's lesser people participation, of course the rate will drop eventually, right? All right, numerator divide by denominator. So is this a really good sign? I'm not sure, but right now coming to this current stage of the market itself, right, you guys must need to take note that all the bad economy data news, right, is actually a good news for a higher stimulus package from Joe Biden. So this is a so-called a very contradict situation at this moment. As I mentioned last week, right, we can see that the earnings report itself is doing good. All right, last week I said the earnings report is doing good, but the market didn't go down. All right, so I have shorted somewhere over here. This is the Dow Jones Index chart. Yes, I got triggered. I shot, and then uh, my stop loss got triggered. So ultimately, I mentioned before, there's either two ways of playing. You can short here, or you can wait until for the market to retrace back, then you buy, right? So you go with the trend. So I did short. I mean, I'm also a normal retail, but of course, ultimately, what is the purpose of a short? It's because I'm holding some long position. I would like to do a small, hedge positions. So even though I'm losing here, right? I got stop out, all right, but my overall portfolio is healthy. So I just do a small hedge to protect myself. So I would know if it's continue to come down, definitely it will hurt my portfolio. All right, but if never, my stock turns better. So how do you see my stock turns better? Then you have to join my private Telegram group because I do give call over there and it's really doing better. All right, share some later. I'll be sharing some later as well. So next thing, uh, okay, next thing. Beside that, right, I think you see, uh, growth is for the company. And we can see the last quarter, a lot of earnings report is reporting very good for those big tech, even for oil sector. All right. And beside that, right, out of like 184 company in the S&P 500, right, report to date, 84.2% is above the analyst expectations. All right. So right now there is actually three pillars to take note lah from this guy Adam Crusofield. I will tag in the link later. It actually mentions that there's three pillar that make the market go stronger. So what is the three pillar is first, Q4 earnings is continue way better than the expectations. Second, stimulus package is being poured into the economy. Of course, you don't short. I mean, if there's huge money is coming in, right? You keep shorting, government keep supporting, then you're fighting against a trillion out there. So please take note when you want to short. All right, manage your positions. Don't go all the way in. Next thing is actually the vaccination pace is accelerating. Right, as we know that COVID is one of the things, one of the pandemic to kill this last year 2020. So vaccine is coming out. Yes, it might be lack of shortage of vaccine, but it's rolling out. So this make the market to be more at the bull side. Although market is at a very high end, all the way tops, right? But take note, if you are looking at a triangle, right, this is actually an ascending triangle. Ascending triangle, it means that it's just waiting for the next breakout only. When we are talking about ascending triangle, all right, ascending triangle, we are waiting for the next breakout only. All right, so right now it hit the resistance again. I assume with the stimulus package to roll out, that might be a sideways spike out, and then will there be a retrace? We will see how fast will the spike be. All right, so take note on here. Okay, all right, so okay, for this week, right? Nothing much. Okay, for the coming week, just to take note, Chinese New Year, China market will be closed. Earnings report continue, and also coin inventory will also be announced. All right, oil inventory, crude oil inventory will also be announced. So this week, I will just share a few couple of chart, and then we will just end it. It's a short week for this week. So first of all, what chart we will be looking? Dow Jones Index, as I mentioned. Uh, nothing to bluff, because I short means I short, I stop loss means I stop loss, so I got stop out. All right, I mentioned this, I got stop out. So right now I'm looking for a very I assume that if let's say it's not going to drop down, right, as it's going to maintain here right now with Biden supporting. He said that he wanted to push out the stimulus package as soon as possible. He said that, I think he comment something. Let me take a look. Yeah, he comment on Friday. He warned that Republican effort to pass a smaller bill would only prolong the economy path to recovery. So this is actually a strong word. I will share the link, not to worry. You guys can go and take a look. This is a strong word that he will push out. Eventually the stimulus package. How huge will it be? I don't know. But he's urgently to push. All right. He just came in to the office. He want to do something. I mentioned previously, 新官上任三把火, right? So that means that if you are newly appointed, you want to do something, show that you are the guy, the selected guy. All right. So right now, to remove everything, just a quick one. All right. So I'm looking at ascending triangle at the moment. Then we will see the next breakout. All right. No longer, this is the all-time high previously. No longer here. We are right now playing here. So next breakout. Okay. So next thing, will there be any changes? I don't know. All right. I don't anticipate. I just see what happened to the chart. Next is talking about dollar sign. I mentioned, right, last week I also mentioned it takes time to load. So yes, eventually it loaded. I mean, it went higher lah. That is my direction, right? As if you have been following me. So it went higher. So right now we are actually at the first immediate resistance, resisted by this 100-day moving average, resisted by previous support line. All right, right now as we know that commodity is doing good, as you can go take a look at copper, especially as silver. I mentioned last week, right? I talk about silver later. Can look about crude oil, everything. When commodity is doing good, right? US dollar tend to come down. So we don't know how big is the stimulus package going to roll out. If let's say it's over what they promise, even bigger package, this might continue to come down. All right. So dollar have a significant image. I mean, the related to commodities. All right. Next, we are looking at US oil. Yeah, I mentioned. So you see, all right. Previously, I keep mentioning. Hold on. Yeah, I was talking here. I was saying that market is squeezing right now. Correct? It's either down or up. So I'm saying coming down is because due to uh the build up of the COVID cases. But right now, because of the oil cut, is because of the crude oil inventory is getting below the expectations. Lack of oil. If let's say increase of demand, this is a breakout. All right, the next high I'm actually looking is for 59 followed by 63. Of course, this is a way over promise target lah. This is a way over promise target. 59 should be the first immediate profit. But if you never manage to play the breakout over here, right? If you didn't manage to play it, didn't manage to catch it after you break out, then forget about it. All right, just monitor. All right, just monitor and see is there any resistance over here or not. All right, market is not one day; it's always there. All right. Next thing, silver. Silver. All right. So mentioned last week, straight away Monday open hit yes, because of short squeeze or whichever, if you didn't manage to get when it opened, if you didn't manage to get here, no worry, market came down, it's very friendly, came down for you to look one more time. All right. Ultimately, yes, I'm still looking at it. Play with the trend, trade with the trend. All right, it's still uptrend intact. You see that, very obvious, right? So my target, I think I mentioned previously, yes. So let's take a look. All right, so it's the same thing. 31st mentioned passive target, aggressive target. Shared last week pullback. Is still above 20 and 40-day moving average, still above 50 RSI 50. So I will continue to give a bull call for silver. All right, you can hop in if you didn't. If you miss it, hop in. 21.45 will be the stop loss. All right, 21.45 will be the stop loss. Of course, if you're talking about risk reward, you guys have to measure lah. This is the reward, or this is the reward compared to the risk is quite high. All right, but if you want to cut, the first support is here. But I don't know will there be any whipsaw like I anticipate. I still prefer uptrend. So I will wait for either a decent pullback to long. All right, either I will wait for a decent pullback. Hold on, yeah, I will wait for a more decent pullback. Then I long, or I long directly. All right, it depends where is your stop loss and how many unit you want to go in. So be aware. Next thing, we come and recap this counter shared previously. All right, so what happened over here? Let's take a look. Sunrun. All right, previously mentioned on the 3rd of January, New Year, spike up, come down, supported. Right now, we are at the lowest points of the entry. All right, but it didn't break. It didn't break. All right, good point. It come out again. All right, so if let's say you're able to break the 23, I will then go in together. I will ride with the trend. You see, it's a trend. Right, I'll write it together. But take note, there will be an earning report on the 25th. All right, there will be earning report on the 25th. So take note if you are keen on these positions. Always put a stop loss. If let's say it successfully break the previous low, then this is where we cut. All right, take note lah. So next, we are looking at TRQ. Okay, so since commodity is playing, silver is playing, gold is playing, copper is playing, and this company is all doing it. Of course, long term is a downside, right? It's the downside. It's very obvious. All right, weekly chart. But when you zoom in, there's something that is coming up. Something that catch me lah. So I'm looking to ride on this counter. I'm looking to ride on this counter. Of course, it's an anti-trend play. So let's see. On the weekly chart, we can see that, right? On the weekly chart, we can see that it's above the moving average at the moment, above the 100-day moving average at the moment. So I will continue to ride on this trend. All right, this is where I'm looking at 14, first target, 18, next target. All right, so if you want, you can ride on it, but remember stop loss $8 plus. When it fall back, this is the first support resistance line. All right, SR line. Okay, take note. Okay, this is what this is a risky counter because it's an anti-trend. Okay, next thing. I shared this in a private Telegram group. Somewhere, not sure when, can't remember. But right now, looking at the day chart. All right, Tada is actually a Chinese delivery platform, local demand. As we know, Chinese New Year, and I think they have some news coming up, or came out already. They are helping on JD on the logistics side. So JD we know is a good company, right? On this kind of online purchasing. So I'm looking for strength on Dada. First target 51.40, second target $55. All right, I'm looking at the bull side, right with the trend. Can you see I always buy the one that right with the trend. Okay, so this is Dada. Next, let me erase first. Okay, next we are looking at right. So this is all I mentioned in private Telegram group. Of course, I will share lah. I mean, if let's say it's doing good, and of course it's some benefit to my private customer, right? So if you want, you can join me, or otherwise then you have to wait lah. Not a better price, but it's still a good stocks. All right, call given on 11, along here. Right now it's here. Okay, I'm still continuing to ride with the trend, continue to ride with the trend of the EV fever, electrical vehicle. So what is this company doing? It's actually on the EV, but it's on the truck. truck. Okay, so read up. Amazon actually looking to purchase on natural gas truck. So EV truck is the way to go. If let's say it's with the EV fever, you can actually search for EV car, like Tesla, the most popular, no, or you can go for EV motorcycle. But I think truck is also one of the things that you have to make look into it. Of course, previously it's Nikola, right? But I say that Nikola is some hanky panky counter. But right now it's also going up. Why? Because of the fever. People want to buy at a cheap price, right? Remember I saw Nikola, first video, second video, flag, 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 flag. But I say if you dare to reach, you make the reward. All right, on a 10 Gen, and it really come the reward. So I find a similar counter. I go for right instead. All right, a more stable company. They are, if I'm not wrong, right, is actually asking for some funds that is same as previously when Tesla started their company as well from the government. So hopefully it go through. If you go through, you go to spike. All right. So right is the next counter. Next is actually CCL. All right. I know Carnival. Cruise line has been burning a lot of money. Has been burning a lot. But a lot of people is eyeing. So why am I looking at cruise line, especially Carnival? Right. A couple of reasons. Firstly, pandemic is over. It's over or it's about to get over. I'm not sure. All right. But I can see that the worst is over because right now there's actually vaccine. All right. But how significantly good, I'm not sure. But as people is taking. So right now, if this is the pandemic happen at the point of time, this is the lowest it can go. Right now, we see a first support and resistance line. All right, a first support and resistance line. This is a weekly chart above the moving average. All right, I think it's a up, pullback up to go. Once it break the 2350, we are looking to the next level. All right, so there's an immediate short play of Carnival. Okay, of course, it still depend on the market. I mean, still depend on the uh whether CDC will give them to go. Is actually CDC approved for the right, but right now it's because of the resume of the spike. I think Europe closed the cruise, if I'm not wrong. If I remember correctly lah. There's many news to read. All right, so I'm looking for a good call for CCL. It's the first table. So above 23, 38, 50, just go according with the uh Fibonacci. This is not Fibonacci retracement, all right? This is Fibonacci extensions. So I'm looking for step by step. What happened to my chart? I'm looking for step by step to make it come to my next level. Still what happened here? Huh? Okay, hold on. All right, so looking for step by step to hit until it come to the 100%. Okay, so this is how I do. Next thing, last thing for today, this week will be Coca-Cola earnings report this coming week. All right, so right with the trend as well. It stay with above 50%. All right, it stay above. Okay, hold on. Something happened to my mouse. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, previously all the way Fibonacci retraced to 50%. Right now supported on based on a weekly candle. So yeah, I think it's a good sign. If you want nimble, if not fall below, then you cut 47. Alright, so that's all for this week weekly market update. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Remember to follow my video and stay healthy over the week, over the Chinese New Year. Wish everyone good luck. 恭喜发财. Bye bye.